and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, fellas.
Now a give left side to Fall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Second and 2. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that's the way you want to get an opening drive going, right? Because so often it's a tone setter. And I think even better when you're able to pick it up and convert with a running play, because the last thing you want to do is play what I call rocket football. 1, 2, 3, kick.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Back to throw. Myers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 3 yards out. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Ready? 52, by 52. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Look right.
On 1st and 10, Walls flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's complete to John Ross. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check, check, check.
He's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
37-yard line.
On the ready. 52, by 52. 22, check. Over. 22, check. On the ready.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Ross, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Walls. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
I'm coming back.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
That's it. Mike 51, Mike 51. Time to go, night. Mike, go. 51. Let's get the ball. Check three.
Operating from the gun. Walls. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Ooh, with a juke. working his way through contact. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On first down, Richard. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Hey.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Carlson on for the PAT. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Tighten up.
From the gun, Walls. And this one complete to Burnett. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
on first down. Walls. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Operating from the gun. Walls eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Looking to throw on second down. Walls. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Ricky. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Looking to throw. Walls. Got an open man. It's Burnett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Push him back. Push him back.
This is Mixon on the draw. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
On second down, here's Mixon. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
To throw on third down. Walls. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
And still yet to find the end zone. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and an alley to run.
And partner, not only is he kicking himself right now, he's going to petition the league for 99-yard fields. That's almost not fair to get it that far and not get into the end zone. Nevertheless, a great return.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal from the 1. Here's a run with Mixon. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
To throw on second down. Myers. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover two because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Back to throw. Walls. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Walls. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This will be taken very short. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Myers now. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And the Raider first down.
Watch tight end.
Myers throwing on first down, rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
91 is the mark.
To throw is Myers, operating from the gun. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 45-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check out route. Hot, hands here. 50. Night, sweetheart.
Now this time he'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 45 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. And here's Myers off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Myers. He's going to let. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Walls flush to his right. Airing one out for Boyd. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the run. Hey, motion. 52.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is fielded at the 27. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll go right back to the ground with Funk. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Pittsburgh, 57. I'm here all day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Myers. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Myers. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Complete to number 89. Touchdown, Raiders. Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside. which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. They'll run with Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Flushed out right. On the right side, he finds Burnett. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
tight. Tight down. There you go. That's it. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. Go. Hey, no, look good. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? I'm coming for you, son. Go. No. Off. Take
Got a man open. It's Ross. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. This for the lead in the final stages. Badgley's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Go. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 57.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing to start the drive. Walls. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Walls. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Keep it up, guys. 51, Mike. Mike, 51. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Go. Mike, 51. Mike, 51. 51. Focus, defense, focus.
Back to throw. Walls. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner. Now, that was an excellent return to start overtime. So do they get crazy and attack the end zone and try and get the 6 points to end the game? Or do you just play it to where you kick the field goal and put the game in the hands of your defense?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And a short gain down to about the 33. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's what I do. Hayward. 52's the mic, boy. 52. Check. Yeah. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Watch the run.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Looking to throw. Walls escaping the pressure right. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a 1st down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal.
I'm going back to you.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 51 the mic, boy, 51.
From the gun, Walls. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime, and they are marching on to the playoffs. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago,